Hi, I'm Leonard Garrison. I'm principal flute of the Walla Walla Symphony. I've had that position since 2006. I also am on the faculty at the Lionel Hampton School of Music at the University of Idaho. And I'm here today with my friend Adeline. She's a crack reporter for the Moscow Daily Bugle. Now, that never made sense to me. Why call a newspaper a Daily Bugle? Why isn't it the Daily Flute?
I do not know.
So Adeline, what questions do you have?
Why is the flute the best musical instrument?
Because it can play higher, faster, and louder.
How did you get started in music?
Well, my fourth grade teacher taught music in the classroom and I didn't like it at all. And I suggested to her that we study the Beatles. And she said, well, that's not music. So I went home and I told my mom, I hate music. So she didn't want me to be that way. So she set me up with piano lessons with a teacher who was 80 at the time that we started. And I got hooked in music. And then I wanted to go on and play another instrument, so I suggested the trumpet. My mom said, well, the trumpet's too competitive, and she put me in flute lessons. And again, I got hooked.
What do you do when you're not playing the flute?
Well, I breathe, eat, and sleep the flute. I mean, I'm playing it all the time. Let's see, I practice for 8 hours a day, and then I eat for 3 hours a day, and I sleep for 6 hours a day. That adds up to 24, right?
No.
Oh. Well, they always say musicians can't count.
How many flutes do you have?
Well, that's a good question. Let me count. I have my bass flute, that's 1. Alto flute, that's 2. 2 flutes, that's 4. 4 piccolos, that's 8. An alto recorder, 9. A Baroque flute, 10. A Japanese shakuhachi, 11. 4 Chinese flutes, 15. A Hawaiian flute, 16. I don't know what that is, 17. And an African flute, 18. Now, that reminds me, there's a joke. What is the definition of a professional musician?
What's that?
It's someone who owns $20,000 worth of instruments and a $500 car and drives it to a concert that pays $50.
Can you play all of them? How does the flute work?
Well, you blow across it like you would a soda bottle. The air goes across the opening, and it is split on the far edge. So half of the air is wasted. It just goes out into the air, and half of my air goes into the tube, goes down the tube, and creates a wave.
I noticed that when you play, there's a little wave sound.
Yes, that's called vibrato. And vibrato is a little pulsation in the volume of the sound and the pitch and the tone color. And it happens about 6 times per second.
How do you make a vibrato?
But I can show you a slow vibrato. So we've got to practice that vibrato until we get it really fast. And it's really created by the larynx in the throat muscles. They create the wave in the sound.
Why do some flutes have holes in the keys?
Oh yes, this is called a French model flute. And the reason we have holes in the keys is that most of the sound comes here out of the keys rather than out of the embouchure hole or where I blow. And so therefore you get a bigger, more resonant sound when the air is allowed to come through those holes in the keys.
Why is the flute always a bird in music?
I'm so sick of being a bird. There's Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf. There's Daphnis and Chloe by Ravel. There's Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony. There's Rossini's William Tell Overture. There's The Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Saëns. And Stravinsky's Firebird, and on and on and on. Too many birds. Why can't I be a horse?
What if I want to play the flute?
Once you get the hang of it, it's really a lot of fun.
Wow, thanks. I guess the flute is the best instrument.